How's it going, everybody? Doing some drawing the Atlantean right now. This is a book that's actually comes out every quarter, and I did. This is the third Drawstream. And, yeah, I'm drawing a big piece. I'm really slow. Otherwise, I would do try to do this in one take. I could. I don't know. I don't think it would come out as good though, but it might. But yeah, I kind of like to just chill and do my thing. I'm drawing the serpent men. There we go. That hand looks a little better. Sometimes you just got to keep drawing, and then you'll kind of figure out what's there. Things will start to kind of appear for themselves. There we go. Right. Got some teeth right there. Give this guy kind of a big jaw. And just so you guys know, this is what I'm drawing right here. It's the Atlantean. It's it's Cole actually, right here. You guys can pick these books up on funmycomic.com. It's written by Randy Zimmerman and illustrated by Russ Leach. And if you guys are into Cole, you're gonna love this book. It comes out every quarter. It's black and white. It's in the same style as Savage Sword of Conan. And it picks up after the first story, first Sword and Sorcery story, which is The Shadow Kingdom by Robert E. Howard. So it's pretty badass. Epic artwork. Yeah. Just like all that stuff that we like. Awesome battle sequences. Yeah. So this is their take on that's their and this is the actual inks right here. So the front is it's actually a painting by Ink Spots. He's got a book out right now called Frog G that you can pick up on, you can back on Indiegogo. But yeah, this book's available. The first two, well, technically the first three stories, you guys can pick them up right now on funmycomic.com. And these guys always come out. So every quarter, and they deliver quality with the quickening. And yeah, thanks everybody that stops by. Appreciate you. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. All right. Well, thanks for the likes. I don't know if there's anybody there. Oh, okay. How you doing? I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. If you like if you guys like comic book reviews and live draw streams, this is the channel. I actually have a Metal Cartoonist Nuggets. It's like a little playlist where I talk about the indie scene of comics. If you were to come in and join right now, just like my take on it. You know, I've been doing it for about 10 years, and I'm working on my second IP. So trying to build a community here. And if you want, yeah, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Cheers. Having a little bit of Cole and coffee. This is Cole right here, the Atlantean, and I'm doing some fan art for this book right here, just so you know. Yeah. So. You guys are awesome. Too kind. Too kind. Too kind. Yeah, I'm actually working on my own fantasy book too. Not right now. I'm actually writing it right now. Trying to create like a good story, something that I'm really into. Kind of want to do like gothic fantasy or gothic sword and sorcery. Yeah, definitely. Something like Elric mixed with like Underworld, little Legacy of Kain, that type of shit. Yeah, just trying to come up with new stories all the time. You can have a world, you could build a big world, but doesn't mean you can go build a big world in Minecraft, but you can write it, you know. But you gotta have a good story. Story's king. Story is king. Give this guy a. Hey, how's it going, Lily? Oh, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Trying to do these draw streams like twice a week. I just started doing them about maybe a few weeks ago. Maybe about it's been a minute now. Maybe a couple months, and they're really fun. Just get to sit here and chill and decompress and draw some fan art, you know. I'm gonna make this guy more menacing. This is Cole. It's a, like old character from 200 years ago, created by Robert E. Howard. Predates Lord of the Rings. He's the king of Atlantis. He's a lot like Conan. He's also kind of like his great grandfather from like a couple 100,000 years ago. But he's a lot different than Conan as well. He's always second guessing himself. He's very heady. He's always thinking about the outcome of things. So. Oh, hey, how's it going, Mac89? I'm drawing Cole of Atlantis. This guy right here. You can pick the book up right now. The Atlantean. It comes out every quarter. So it's a black and white book, like the old Sword and Sorcery, Cyber Sword of Conan. And it's about Cole and his buddy Brule the Spear Slayer, and they're hunting down all the Serpent Men. And this is taken from the first Sword and Sorcery story, The Shadow Kingdom by Robert E. Howard, creator of Conan. Yeah. Find that. So you guys are in like black and white. Yeah, it's old. These stories are timeless, though. That's what's so cool about them. You could read them back in the 1930s, and then you could pick them up now and read them now. And this one, they go a little bit into his origin, but not a little bit, you know? Not enough to spoil it. I think when you're creating a new character, it's kind of good not to go into his origin or her origin. You know, you want to save it for a while. You want to kind of, you know, milk it a long while. You want to keep them mysterious, keep the mystery going, you know? We were in a time where everybody wanted origins. We went the origin story. Even with the movies too, like Batman Begins, like every movie was like an origin story, you know. But I think it's more interesting when you don't know everything about the character. It's more alluring. Like a good example would be Wolverine. We didn't know who Wolverine was for like 30 years, right? And they're always questioning, like, oh, is that a dragon bear? No, I was gonna make a just like a kind of like a cobra back of his head right here, but I gotta make it a little better so it looks more cobra-esque. Could take the top part off, but kind of wanted it to go into his neck, kind of like Salma Hayek, you know, and from Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. But I might even take it off just because I kind of like him without it. I might make it more like, something different. I might do more like it's got to be a serpent. Yeah. These need to be a little bit more snake-like. So take the top part off, get rid of that. I just really wanted to do that. And then you got to get the long mouth like that. So, he could like dislocate his jaw. And then a little something like get rid of the nose. I think I'm going to need to come in like that and get rid of the big jaw. I wanted to keep that big ass jaw, but it's too big. How long have I been drawing? Whew. Forever. Like my whole life. 30-something years. Almost 40 years. And I think I've been drawing like 38 years. So, and I'm still trying to figure out. Still trying to get the hang of it, That looks a little bit better. Now we got to make him look a little scarier. Or a little more mad. So, there's that. Make him a little more mad. And then I might even drop the shoulders a little bit. Let's see here. Hey, how's it going, Caesar Yuppies? Thanks for stopping by. How you? Sorry, you got. I just started drawing when I was 4 years old, 3 or 4. I used to draw Frankenstein, Batman, and I think Dracula. I was just drawing them, with crayons. That's like the first thing that I remember. And then, yeah, I was just really into like, because I grew up like with the Ninja Turtles, all those anthropomorphic characters, He-Man, all the dope shit from the 80s and 90s. So I was really into that, and then I've just been drawing ever since. And then I tried taking it serious about 10 years ago. I drew a lot like as a kid, high school. Stopped drawing in high school. Started playing metal. I was in a few bands. Got out of that. Joined the workforce. And then just been working on independent comics for like the last 15 years maybe. Because I had made up a character and then it didn't work out, so I redid the book, tried to make it better, and yeah, that's how it happened. But you just keep drawing every day and you can get good. There's little things you could do though to like level up and get good fast too. Like it just really depends on what you want to draw. Like if you want to draw comics, it's really good to just draw like anatomy. Pick up the Bridgman books on anatomy and just study anatomy. Take live drawing classes. Draw all types of different figures, not just buff dudes and sexy ladies. You want to draw like fat people, skinny people, tall people, short people. You want to draw everything. Just kind of familiarize yourself with that, and then you just gotta start drawing everything. If you want to do comics, you have to start telling stories. So that's what it's about. If you're drawing fantasy, it's a little different, but that's a whole other ball game. Do I do tattoos as well? No, I'm afraid to mess up somebody's body, man. Like I would do tattoos. My boss back in the day, he wanted me to do tattoos on him, and he's like, I'm your canvas, and yeah, I never wanted to, but I had thought about it because there's a lot of money in tattooing. There's tons and tons and tons of money in it if you get good at it. Because it's all cash. You don't really have to deal with too much. You know what I mean? You deal with cash. You work like 8 to 16-hour days, but it's worth it. Otherwise, I would. Can you show us some of your final drawings from the last vlog? Let's see here. Well, actually, this is this one right here, but the last live stream drawing. Let me see here. That one was Solomon Kane. I believe. Yeah. it's pretty much done. I just got to sharpen up a couple things, and then this is it right here. This one he's fighting some serpent bird monsters, a hag. Yeah, and this is an old character too. It's from the same writer, Robert E. Howard. He created Solomon Kane, Conan. They have a movie about this on YouTube or on Tubi. Highly recommend it. So if you guys ever watch like Van Helsing, Vampire Hunter D, they're all rip off of this guy, and I love them all. But they all came from Solomon Kane, and I recommend reading the books too. And the comics are coming back right now too. But yeah, this is the last one I did. So I don't know. I guess I'm on a Robert E. Howard kick. And Robert E. Howard came from Texas. He was a writer back in the day. He inspired a lot of people. He even inspired the professor of English language, J.R.R. Tolkien, creator of Lord of the Rings. He was reading the 30-year-old guy from Texas's sword and sorcery yarns. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Caesar Yuppies. Let's see here. You'd be surprised at how many people would be. You test on me for you to tattoo. Yeah, I'd hate to do that. I wouldn't. I couldn't sleep at night. Well, shit, you're official for real. I wish. Yeah, Van Helsing's awesome. Yeah, that movie's awesome. A lot of the CGI is whack, but the concepts in there are dope. Like, yeah, a lot of good things to say about Van Helsing. You know, that's like everyone. A lot of people like that movie. It's really cool. It's like a Solomon Kane movie on crack. It's like all amped up, you know. It's coming along a little better. Let's see here. A little more serpentine. I'm not trying to add too much detail because I'm going to start. I add a lot. My style comes together a lot in the inks, so I try not to add too much stuff to it. Just kind of suggest a lot of things, and then I could start really going deep on the detail. But I'll probably be just doing pencils tonight. So let's see here. Look at this guy's foot. What kind of foot you want to give him? Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like comic book reviews, draw streams, comics, you might like this channel. I do videos too on talking about, you know, starting up, making a comic and whatnot. I've been doing those a little bit. But yeah, if you want to like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. Appreciate you being here. Okay. There's that. All right, so I'll leave him right there. How's it going, Custom One? Thanks for stopping by. So I have that right there. And then, let's see. I kind of wanted to draw a burnt forest in the background, like with dead trees and burnt trees. That's what I want. So, see how it goes. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. We'll have some happy accidents, too, like Bob Ross says. You know, that's what it's all about, you know, is those happy accidents. And he's kind of up on a hill right here. Let's see. A little bit. How's it going, Louis? Thanks for stopping by. Or Louis. Appreciate you. Yeah, I always ask people. I'm always looking for ways to draw. Trying to draw comics, and it's the same thing that everyone always says. You got to go out and just draw life. Hey, what's up, Ultimate Kahuna? Thanks for stopping by. Is that Sabretooth? No, but I actually been wanting to draw Sabretooth. He's one of my favorite characters from Marvel. Yeah, I think that dude, that guy that plays Reacher, what's Alan Ritchson? He'd be a perfect Sabretooth. He looks like him so much. This is coal though. This is actual coal from the Atlantean. I'm drawing Russ Leach's take on it. Yeah, trying to, anyways. It's a little fan art for fun. Yeah, right. The Atlanteans. I know, man. That's why I've been trying to tell people about it. I've been doing these live streams where I show how I do art from thumbnail to pencils, or thumbnails to roughs to pencils, then to inks. So, and I've been doing fan art. I've been doing a lot of Howard stuff, and it kind of lines up with what Russ and Randy are doing with the Atlantean. So I wanted to do some fan art for that book because I'm really just digging it a lot, you know. I'm on my journey to read the first issues of as many manga as possible. Oh, okay. Check out Vampire Hunter D. That one's pretty cool. And obviously Berserk. If you got, yeah, that one's a pretty penny. That's the first manga I ever got was Berserk. I didn't even read it all yet either. Yeah. Didn't even read it. Oh, I own the deluxe Berserk, but I'm really digging Vagabond too. Oh, okay. Nice. Very nice. Kind of roughing in these trees back here. These dead trees. These are more like burnt trees, not really dead. I wanted to draw a bunch of burnt trees. And then I wanted to get some mountains in the background too. A bit of something. See, the background art and occasional heavy brush Japanese ink is unbelievable. Oh yeah, yeah, they go all out. Dig it. So we know where that's going now. All right. Kind of know what I'm doing with that. Okay. Haven't read much Cole. What is his vibe? So Cole, he's a lot like Conan, but he's already a king most of the time. He's very heady, very he's always like second guessing himself. He's always really thinking things through. Conan's kind of like he's kind of more adventurous and like kind of free spirit, you know, kind of me when I'm younger. Now I'm more like Cole when I'm older, if that makes sense. That'd be the best way to, one of the ways to say it, you know. But they're similar in the fact that like they're both barbarians. Cole can like tap into this like barbarian like mode, you know, this berserker mode where he can just start fucking everybody up, you know. But he's always second guessing himself. Conan doesn't do that. Conan just kind of gets in there and you know he just doesn't think twice really too much. He's smart. He's brilliant tactician, you know, especially once he becomes king in his older age and even when he's younger, obviously. But he doesn't think twice a lot of the time, Conan. Cole's really second guesses stuff, you know. Let's see here. That's cool, Tony, and kind of becomes more like that as he gets older, doesn't he? Yeah, Tony. Which Tony are you talking about? I'm sorry. Let's see here. Not really feeling this one too much. Kind of want to do. Oh, your phone changed it? Yeah, my phone does it all the time. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Like it's, I'll be in chats, I'll be on Twitter, I'll type something, and there's big gaps, and the words are changed, and all kinds of stuff. And I don't even care anymore. And I try to go in there and proofread real quick, and sometimes it still changes it. It's funny. I just watched that Alien Earth. Yeah, I kind of dug it. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people are hating on it. I thought it was pretty cool. There's an interview online on one of these YouTube channels, one of the geek channels. They got Guinea Tertovsky. I know he's going to talk about Primal Season 3. I can't wait for that. I don't know if you guys in the chat have ever heard of Primal. Let's see here. Ultimate Kahuna. Doesn't Conan, become more of a thinker as he gets older? Yes, he does. And the thing is, too, like the Cole story from the movie, the John Milius, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, that's more of a Cole story because Conan wasn't a slave. Cole was a slave. That's a big difference. He's from like a different people too. That later would be like he's an Atlantean. He's the king of Atlantis. So that's another thing. Cole's from the Thurian age, and Conan is from the Hyborian age. And the thing is, like, over hundreds of thousands of years, the Atlanteans they de-evolve into like these. They devolve into these kind of caveman Neanderthalic type people, the Atlanteans, and then eventually they re-evolve again into the Sumerians. And it's kind of crazy. That's what Howard did. He does that to a lot of the different races in his world. It's really far out. I would recommend going and checking out the Conan the Barbarian channel if you guys haven't. It talks about a lot of the lore and the worlds and the evolution and devolution. The modern age in that era, I think, is the 1930s. That's like as close as it gets. Yeah, even his movie Get Up was a bit more like Cole. Yeah, it was pretty much a Cole movie, the Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, but I still love it. I hope I get a good Conan movie before I die. I mean, it is a good one, but I wanted a little more like the book, you know. I mean, he was born on a battlefield, that's for sure. You know, they got that right with the Momoa one, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, I followed that movie a lot before it even came out. The one that's directed by Marcus Nispel. Marcus Nispel, he did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and he also did the Friday the 13th remake. And he went on to do Pathfinder, which is a Frank Frazetta inspired Viking Native American movie. It's pretty badass. It's a lot like Last of the Mohicans. And when I saw what he did and how he was saying he was a fan of Rosetta, I was like, that's the guy that needs to do a Conan movie. And well, I wasn't the only guy in Hollywood that thought he should do it, and he was the Conan director. Sadly, the movie came out like shit. Had a couple good moments in it, but ultimately, I think there was like 20 producers on it, and the movie was being rewrote as it was shot, not like in a comedic, you know, ad lib type of way either. It was just wasn't good. So, but yeah, Momoa was not bad, honestly. No, I think Momoa would be a good Cole personally. That's who I would pick for Cole, and then for Conan, I would pick Henry Cavill. He's always been my pick for Conan. I've been saying that since before Justice League. I was literally arguing with people about if he should play Conan back in the day when that was before he even played Witcher. Now The Witcher comes out and they're like, yeah, you could do Conan. I'm like, dude, he looks like Buscema's Conan. Yeah, Momoa was not bad, honestly. The Montoya 76. Hey, thanks for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't think he was that bad. I thought he was great, actually. Yeah. Not his best movie. I think his best movie, though, for sure, is Aquaman. That movie fucking slaps. I actually, yeah, I really like Aquaman. I like James Wan. He's cool. His movies rock. Especially the like his horror library, like the Malignant and Dead Silence, and even his vigilante Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. Love that shit. He's busy making franchises now, though. He's not really directing as much, but he's producing like every fucking movie, it seems like. Yeah. The Collection was great. What was it? The Collector, The Collection, and The Collected. I think that's part 3 that's coming out, The Collected. His performance was colored by a bad film overall. Yeah. Yeah, with Conan, you kind of want to just, pick one story, maybe make him a pirate or a thief, just maybe the whole movie he's a thief, you don't want to just pick one story, maybe get like Red Nails or Tower of the Elephant. I mean, they did cover Tower of the Elephant a lot in the Milius movie, but yeah, or Queen of the Black Coast. Just pick one movie. That's what Robert Rodriguez wanted to do. He was talking about it on Rogan, and Rogan's a big fucking Conan fan, so he's like, bro, I know the owner of Netflix. Let's talk to this fool. And Rodriguez was like, yeah, man, I wanted to do a movie where he was a thief, a pirate, and then a king. It was a 3-movie thing. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm just like, that's awesome. I kind of like low key wish there was like a Conan like TV show where he just goes on adventures and does different stuff. I really kind of want to see that. Like Day in the Life of. It's really cool. Let's see here. Can we get another Solomon Kane movie, for the love of God? Yeah, I know. That would be great. Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's low hanging fruit, but I'm gonna go there. Hugh Jackman. He'd be a great Solomon Kane, especially the older he gets. The older he gets, the better he is for Solomon Kane. And he already played, Van Helsing. I don't really care if he even rocked, even if it's, not the same exact outfit, but it's pretty damn close. But yeah, I would, him. I was thinking Michael Wincott would be great. The guy that plays Top Dollar in The Crow. He's in a bunch of like movies in the 90s, a bunch of swashbuckling movies. He's in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He's in Count of Monte Cristo. He's in The Three Musketeers. Great actor. He's got one of the coolest voices you could think of. Does the voice of Death on the Darksiders game. Let's see here. Yeah, I would definitely yeah, I would definitely put a couple scars on him, maybe one going over his nose and stuff like that. But there's already people doing like AI trailers of him on YouTube now. Yeah, no one was doing it though, like a couple years ago. It's just now it's all the AI trailers are kind of relevant now. Everyone's having fun with them. It's pretty funny. Yeah, he's pretty clean, but yeah, you put a little dirt on him and some scars, a little makeup, no problem. Uh, Maybe even break his nose, kind of type thing. Great actor though. Feel like the Solomon Kane should be kind of an ugly, but what story would be best for a movie? Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. You know, I would probably do two stories personally. I think you could do two stories. Like because his stories are pretty short. Maybe like the Skull and the Stars, or like it's hard to say. There's a lot of good ones. I like the one too where he goes, he chases what the loop from France to Africa. Men will die for this for like 3 years. I think that would be that could be a good movie. You could kind of have him doing something, and then he goes to the village, finds the girl, and then cut to a few years later, the audience would be like, "What the fuck? He's still chasing him." I think that would really kind of sell the character on the audience. Like, damn, this guy's a badass. That'd be a good way to kind of make a movie. So I would probably, yeah, I think that would be a good movie. That one, and then probably a short story to start the movie off with. And that movie, and that story too, it's kind of like the gateway story for him from his time in Africa. Because those stories just keep getting bigger and bigger. But at the same time, like the more I know about movies and Hollywood and things like that, like you kind of you gotta put a lot of you gotta pack a lot into one movie, kind of, because chances are it could only be like that one movie. So it just really depends. To be honest, I think depends on the budget. That dictates everything. Is the budget. Uh, Red Shadows maybe, or the Black Vampire Queen. Yeah, Red Shadows. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that would be a great movie, right? That I would have it like I wouldn't start the movie off like that though. I would have him on one mission, then it kind of goes into that because yeah, I think that's cool when they do it. Even how kind of Van Helsing did a little bit, right, where he's fighting Mr. Hyde in England or in France. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. Let's change that around a little bit. There we go. Now these serpent men right here are bugging me. They weren't coming out the way I wanted to. So that's the beauty of these chill streams, man. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't gotta speed up and draw all fast if I don't want to. Just chill. Let's see here. The Batman stuff in the beginning. Maybe the story where he kills his friend's son, who was a werewolf. Yeah, that's crazy. Shoot, my favorite Hellboy story is the Wolves of Saint August. I always wanted them to do that as a movie, or just like a part. I think Hellboy works great as a TV show character. That Crooked Man movie I thought was awesome. Um, there was some things that kind of took me out of it, like the CGI in the beginning, that spider. But everything after that, I thought it was great. I thought the guy that played Hellboy was great too. Um, Jack Kesey, he came and went. No one even talked about him. Yeah. Now he's just doing little bit parts on like Netflix movies, you know. But I was Hellboy. It's like, yeah, that was he came and went. Oh, you never read Hellboy? Oh yeah, dude. I highly recommend that, brother. Highly recommend it. That's my favorite comic book series. And it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And even after the end, if you want, you could take it and go down another path, but it does end. When I mean it, well, where you take it after it ends is Hellboy in Hell. If that's if that's where you want to, you could keep going, But you could. I stopped at that. I never picked up Hellboy in Hell. I do know what it's about, and it's just metal as fuck and psychedelic. I will pick those up eventually, but highly recommend Hellboy. Highly. Yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure my favorite. And what I like about it, it's all one story. You know what I mean? Like there's I think there's 10 graphic novels, something like that, maybe 8. You could pick them all up. You could probably get like maybe 4 omnibuses or 3. I don't know how big they are now, but um yeah. And just really got into it. I started picking them up right around the time of the first movie came out. I got into it from Guillermo del Toro, I believe, because back when Blade came out, when he did Blade 2, I just fell in love with that movie, man. That's like favorite Marvel movie, and uh, somehow I was just like thought he was such a good director, and I've always been a big movie buff, even as a kid, even in my earlier years, and I wanted to check out what other movies he was doing, and I found out Hellboy was his next movie, and they had a movie website and a message board. Back then, dude, they had movie websites and message boards where you could go and talk to people and talk shit and talk nerdy. Like Guillermo del Toro, he would jump on the message board sometimes and talk. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we were talking metal too on there for a while. He was talking about like how we got Demi Borgir to do the trailer, the music and everything. It's pretty funny. Yeah, pretty funny. Stories must end in order to have an impact. Yeah, they have to have an ending, man. When I write stories, I start with the ending. Then I kind of write backwards, then I stop, and then I kind of write. Then I start jumping around at that point, and then if I don't like the ending, then I can go back and change it. But I think that's a good way to. That's a good hack is to always start with your ending. You can always change it, but to start with it, I think that's the way to go. So if you know your ending's fucking dope, or if it's gonna rip someone's heart out, or make someone cry, or make someone relate to the story, or if it's badass, then you're good. You know, you're doing your best. You're making the best ending you could possibly think of. Then everything else from there, it's an easier gateway to start writing the other stuff. 100%. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. I do appreciate it. If you're having fun, I'm trying to do these draw streams twice a week. Um, trying to do more of these. Seems like people kind of like them. So you need to read Red Rising. That series needs your metal as fuck artistic touch. Oh, is it a novel, or is it a graphic novel? Because it's Oh, I need more time to read. I've been having to like read or having to put on audiobooks because I just have so much work to do. as far as just like working on my comics and stuff like that. Favorite book series of all time? I've read probably 2,000 books. And for anyone who likes sci-fi, fantasy, or history series, this will tickle everything in between. Oh, okay, that sounds cool. Yeah, I'm really into like sword and sorcery. I guess that's my favorite, and horror, dark like uh, it's dark fantasy or just horror in general. Action horror. That's why I like Solomon Kane because it's like action horror. You know, that's why I like Hellboy. Also, it's very similar like Solomon Kane in that regard, brother. Except it's got like a kind of blue collar smoking demon. You know, that's Catholic and goes around just fucking monsters up, and he's just so cool. I mean, you could actually take like that character Etrigan, right from DC. You could put Etrigan. You could take Hellboy out and put Etrigan in there, and it would still be a good story. But you bring Hellboy in, and he's just got this totally original design with his shaved off horns, his samurai man bun, and then his right hand of doom and tail. Just a really interesting character. I always forget about Hellboy. Yeah, yeah. I gotta say, yeah, Hellboy and the Max. Those are the two most interesting looking comic characters I've seen. Like, yeah, pretty much those two. Yeah, those are like in the last what is that 40 years? Hellboy and the Max. Trying to think of stuff that just really stood out original character design wise. But yeah, Hellboy and the Max, those two characters are pretty original designs. I'm almost there with Spawn, but then I'm like, he's kind of Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Venom kind of put together, you know? But with like the Max, I mean, I'm sure if you think hard enough, there's some relatability to some characters, but not off the top of my head. I have to really think. I can't even think right now. And Hellboy, can't really think of anybody. I mean, maybe Etrigan and the Hulk, but still, he looks totally original. So those two, yeah, that's gonna take a long time to really think about it. Long time. Those arms too short. Get rid of that hand. And the gravity on Mars is weak when people are hanged. Let's see here. Okay. There are four sure elements of that. They hide in the bodies of the dead horses, have chunks of their faces eaten off by men the size of polar bears. Wow. And the gravity on Mars is weak. And when people are hanged, they make their lives one pull their feet. Oh, wow. Yeah, Hellboy's a great unique design. Exactly, man. Exactly. And those designs aren't really things that you just like you plot out. You know, I guarantee you that was just kind of like a something that he thought of, like, and it happened just right on the spot. It wasn't like he was sitting there and trying and trying and trying to come up with this great design. Same thing with the Max. You know, he was making this character and then he saw probably a lampshade and he's like, oh, okay, that's what I want to do. You know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Loved ones. Oh yeah, the phone just Montoya 76. I'm sitting here sketching while listening and watching, and just now remembering I wanted to do a shadow piece too. Oops. Oh, yeah, the shadow. Yeah, that was a fun piece. Yeah, that was fun. The shadow knows. Hey, what up, Tim Olson? How you doing, bro? Being controversial, huh? Yeah, right. The seed of crime breeds bitter fruit. Promote your book. Oh, okay. Seattle. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, you can come on. Yeah, exactly. Why not both? What are your books about? Perhaps dark romance or Martians or with Martians? see here. Mess with this hand a little bit. Let's try it one more time. Not feeling that hand. Merc named Melvin. Our books are about a merc named Melvin hired to save a princess from the Azarka cult. And the link is to the 3rd issue. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Exactly what I was saying. C-Mac gets me. It's like he read my mind. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. That works a little better for my... All right. Right. Guy's just kind of coming out of the side, getting his head split, with his arm out. I just kind of like that shape. I don't know why. Could have had his arm kind of going this way and flipping down here, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted him to be coming out of the side. Go figure. All right. Now it's time to draw some Brule the Spear Slayer. And I'm going to bust out my ruler. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate it. This has been fun. Everyone stopping by and everything. Let's see here. Might have to do this. Let's see if you guys can see it. No. Okay, one more time. Let's try this out. No. We'll just do this. There we go. It's all the way at the bottom, so get it right there. All right. A little bit of Brule. So you got this spear right here. Just want this spear to be just straight all the way through right there. Boom. You got to remember, the spear is like the most valuable weapon through most cultures. You can actually chop off the top part of a skull with this spearhead. Surprised they actually did that in what was that movie? Killer of Killers, the new that new what was it? Predator show? A Predator movie? Pretty badass. Right, we got this guy right here. He's pretty buff. Right. Let's see here. Hulu is shutting down next year. Wonder that show will find a new home. Yeah, it should be on Disney. That's what I heard. I heard that Disney's going to be just taking everything from there, allegedly. We'll see, though. You never know, you know. Got to change his torso a little bit. Looks like that way. It looks like he's kind of moving at him. Okay. Draw some 6-pack on him. Yeah, that new yeah, Hulu's got a bunch of stuff on it. It's pretty crazy. I like what is it? Hellraiser's on there. The new Hulu. They got a bunch of stuff. Hellraiser, Killer of Killers, Prey. They came out with a bunch of stuff in their little time that they were around. Yeah. This is fun. Get to do the hands, the hand gesture, the weird shapes of the. Let's see here. Disney is out subbing them, so they have to shut down too many streaming services. Yeah, I know. I know that Disney owns them too. Probably. Yeah, I think what's going to happen too is I think YouTube is just going to buy everybody out. This is just like a guess, and I think YouTube is going to be the new cable, like in 5 years. It's just going to buy everybody out. That's just my estimate. My guess. Because YouTube's been around for so long. You know, they've been around for so long. Let's see here. Yeah, they've been around for so long. YouTube. Who was it? It was YouTube and Netflix, man, that started all this shit, right? Took out like Blockbuster and everybody, dude. Yeah. Let me get that finger in there. Fingernail. Tricky little spear. Hands are crazy. There's so much you could do with hands, right? And knuckles. Say a million words. Hey, how's it going, Genuine Comics? Thanks for stopping by, brother. A little bit of hand action right there. Buell Spirit Slayer, man. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. I think that's right. There we go. I'll work on this form. Form right here. Right. This guy's pretty buff. All right. There we go. All right, we got the spear right here. Let's see. Probably gonna have it. I have to redraw the part of the hand right here. Have the spear come up. Maybe I could drop it a little bit. Might do that. That way it goes right into his mouth too. Let's see here. Let's try this out. See here. Try to drop it. Probably right there. Okay. That'll work. Just that. Make it about that thick. And a little thinner. Right up there. Let's try that out. Okay. Let's see here. Gotta head out. Art is looking good. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right, to get rid of that little finger right there. Okay. All right, then we could spin that finger right there. Let's see here. Good night. How's it going, Lewis? Oop. working on this hand right here. Hands are fun to draw. Yeah. So many shapes. Crazy stuff you could do with them. There we go. There we go. Just slim that up a little bit. Get a little pinch of spear popping through right there. Let's see. All right. I could do a little bit of break that up a little bit. There we go. Clean that up right there. There we go. A bit of fun with that. Put a little bit of hand underneath there like that. Maybe a little bit more of this like that. All right. Maybe. There we go. Probably make that knuckle pop a little bit. Yeah, I like that, like that. Okay. And then make one of these right here. And now we're gonna get some, start erasing a little bit of this. Yeah. That's right. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we know what we're dealing with here. I could go in here and kind of draw some more muscle lines. Let's see here. Okay. Not too much. Arms really straight. You want to show the muscle too, but at the same time, when you're throwing the arms straight like that, with the spear in your hands, it's gonna, all your muscles are gonna get really, stretched out. They pull, you gotta come up in here and kind of look for that trap. That trap and that all these little muscles right here. All right. Try to clean this part up a little bit. That clean face. All right. And then get rid of this down here. Just want it to look like he's moving, running at him kind of. All right. We got that. And then let's see here. I want that big neck. I want that panther neck, All right, now we'll start working on Burl's face. So we got it right here. Okay. All right. You can always like right here it would be pretty straightforward, like do like a side profile of them. But I don't like doing profiles. I like to kind of my favorite angles. I like to have faces. Well, I just like to have faces like at an angle. I think it looks more interesting, personally. Just a little bit, you know. I think when you have it like dead on, it just kind of looks a little boring. But well, let's see what we could do. This guy's be a little tricky here. Start chiseling away at this guy. No, it's gonna have that big kind of panther look to him. Sorry, let me keep making these shadows are killing me. Sorry, guys. There we go. First time drawing Brule the Spear Slayer, so let's see here. go. Let's see. Look at them a little bit. A little reference. All right. That's him right there. So, the reference. See, his left ear's got a earring, but we probably won't see it. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right. Looking okay. We got that. Right. Right. Check out his wardrobe one more time. He's wearing like some, yeah. He's got a gauntlet. Let's see here. His right hand, that's his right hand. Hell yeah. And then he's got his left hand taped up. Devil's in the details. So definitely gonna have to draw a gauntlet right here. Got that gauntlet going. Boom. It's a little thicker than the. It's probably like right about there. All right. All right. There we go. Get a little thicker. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right. Right. Go like that. Right. Let's see what we got next. And then he's got the same type of pants as Cole, kind of. Give him that. Let's see here. Let's redraw this a little bit. Let's see. hard to see here. Let's see. Clear that out real quick. Clear all that out. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got the belt. There we go. Kind of used to drawing them. There we go. I need to be real close. There we go. All right. Got that right there. And then got the serpentman right here. All right. Clean all that up. There we go. It's a little better. Might even bring him up closer. Don't want to, but I might. I think that might be a little better. Let's try that. Yep. A little more badass. Right. There we go. Plenty of room now. Yeah, this guy would probably be. See, the thing is, these guys are going to be in shock. Their fingers are going to be probably just sticking out like they got hit with a gust of lightning. You know. I want to get fun with the hand movements, but that time they're just going to be sitting there like, ah, fuck. Got an angle right there. I got the boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, that's a decent one. Okay. There we go. All right. Boom, boom. So with this, we can have the spearhead coming out the back a little bit. It's part of it. You get it like right there. Probably be bigger than that, actually. There we go. Yeah, something like that. There we go. I don't want to get it up in the too close to the edge of the page. There we go. You can see what's really going on. There we go. All right, now we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but getting there. All right. Starting to look a little serpentine right there. Start adding a little bit of highlights maybe. All right. Not too many highlights, but there we go. Getting there. Getting there, getting there. This is fun. Yeah. Guy's kind of buff. I keep leaning on dragons and stuff like that, but got to make him more serpent-like. Yeah. I think like even this one. Yeah. Especially right where the mouth is. It's got to be more like that. This guy's got some traps, so I swole. There we go. Scoliosis. Let's see here. Oh, almost looks like a Gila monster or a Komodo dragon. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit more snake-like. I was thinking like that James Earl Jones in the Conan movie. He turns into the snake. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. We're getting there, guys. So now we got Brule, we got Cole coming through. We got a little bit of the background. I've been drawing for 2 hours, but hey, I'm slow, but it was fun. Probably do one more pencil stream and then 2 ink streams, just because I'm slow like that. You know. Take a look in the mirror real fast. I always like to flip this around. Yeah. Yeah, Brule looks pretty cool. I think I could do tweak with it a little bit better. Yeah, let's see here. Let's try that. Let's see. Got that right there. Probably do a little bit better with the eyes. There you go, that's better. A little bit better. And then maybe I mess with the nose bone a little bit. A little bit of that. Come up with the inks. A different story. There we go. A bit of that. It's a little better. Let's see. All right. Well, like I said, we got a couple serpent men right here. Had to do some redesigns, redraws. Had to draw Brule. That was fun. Got a spear in there. Had to reposition that guy. Started working on the background a little bit. So probably gonna call it. Try to knock out another one of these streams this week. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, you guys have a great week. Have an awesome Tuesday. And always remember, roll the bones to know your role. See you guys next time.